Hey everybody, it's ViscountKdub, and welcome back to the Pokemon Trainer Gauntlet, the show where we take the teams from Pokemon Stadium 2 and pit them up against each other. We are moving on to the 18th team in the series, the Pokémaniac team from the Pokécup Great Ball Round 1. This is the final battle of that cup. Let's meet the team. First of all, let's talk about the Pokémaniac Trainer class because it has a weird history. Starting with the most recent games, Pokémaniacs resemble cosplayers that dress up as their favorite Pokemon, and they choose to use Pokemon from the Monster Egg group. However, in the first two generations, they were mostly made up of boys who dressed up in trench coats who searched for rare Pokemon. From my earliest perspective, I always saw these guys as having that crazed look in their eye and that overzealous need to fill up their Pokedex. If anything, they'd give you pages to fill up your own Pokedex with uncommon ones like Slowpoke and Cubone, neither of which we get to use on this team, but I digress. Back to the team, we see that we only get to use 2 Pokemon from the Monster Egg group, with the rest being surprisingly common and not really rare at all. At first glance, this team seems unassuming without any overall typing theme going on, but in a dedicated trainer's hands, this team's prowess and power can be devastating. Okay, the first member of Pedro's crew is a Seadra, which we've legacy evolved to a Kingdra. We last saw Neptune back in the Pokécup Great Ball rental team, and let me tell you, this seahorse would be welcome on any team. Its water dragon typing only makes it weak to dragon attacks, and since that type is so rare and its defenses are very well distributed, Neptune makes a fantastic water tank. His game plan revolves around fortifying himself further with Substitute, and then use an appropriate move to strike down the foe. Since he'll be taking double-edged recoil damage sometimes and using HP to make substitutes, he will be holding the leftovers. Overall, Neptune is an extremely reliable Pokemon whom we'll see very often. And continuing the strong streak of pseudo-legendaries, this is my Tyranitar, Derek. As an all-out attacker, he's very powerful, and he's great at what he does. The only problem is that he's slow, so he will have the Quick Claw. As powerful as he is, I can't wholly rely on him to sweep teams. More often than not, I use him to pick up the pieces and finish off whatever's left. His other use comes into play whenever we're talking about his typing. His bulk and rock typing allow him to take on normal types comfortably, and more often than not makes a great switch-in as a Psychic Shield. And to counter the imminent threat of water-type attacks, he will look to Neptune as his partner any given time. Moving on to the other monster category Pokemon, we have my Nidoking, Ken. There are 3 ways that Nidoking sets himself apart from Tyranitar. Instead of being Dark-type and absorbing Psychic attacks, he is Ground-type and can absorb Electric attacks. And since he's weak to Psychic, being Poison-type, Tyranitar actually makes a good partner for him on the Switch. The second difference between the two is their type coverage. Nidoking, being a Generation 1 Pokemon, gets to learn all the fun attacks. Very little can escape from Fire Blast, Ice Beam, and Earthquake. Unfortunately, the last key difference between them is a shortcoming. His defenses are okay, but they're not as good as Tyranitar's. Interestingly enough, he learns Amnesia, so that'll help out with any special attacks headed his way. Lastly, having him hold a Bitter Berry prepares him for Swagger, so he can keep piling on the hurt and doing what he needs to do. Next up is my Raticate, Chomper, and if I ever need to deal any neutral damage, he can be a good tech choice. I can use his decent speed and go first while using Super Fang and wear down the opponent, paralyze them with Stab Body Slam, dodge status with Substitute, and I know this seems random, but I taught him Mimic because he simply had the root for it. Whether or not we get some decent moves from it depends on which battle I actually use Chomper, but more often than that, he'll be attacking rather than setting up. Up next is my Noctowl, Nightwing, and this version pretty much lives up to his name. He completely relies on Hypnosis for damage. It's a blessing and a curse, really. Dream Eater can be used to get some HP back, while Nightmare can be used to chip away at the opponent at 1/4 a turn, and Reflect makes physical attacks hurt less. In retrospect, this moveset is very flawed. Hypnosis can miss, which is a huge problem, and that could be enough for his downfall. Going into this, I thought I had a better Noctowl set, or at least 2 versions of him, and I do. It's just that the good version is at level 100, which we'll see later and he can shine there. To be honest, I really didn't want to go back and change his moveset. We're only going to be using him one more time in the Stadium Cups. I think we'll be okay. And who knows, maybe he'll surprise us. And lastly, there's Gordon, my Tangela. Gordon serves the purpose of being the resident grass Pokemon and not much else. He has a very limited moveset that either lends itself to being a Swords Dance attacker or a Growth Specialist. And given how his stats are distributed, I went for the latter. Growth can get that already great special attack stat really high and make for a really strong Giga Drain. Reflect is always useful for defensive purposes, and given the choice between the two status powders, I went for Sun Spore instead of Sleep Powder. I can already hear the comments brewing about this, but hear me out. Sleep Powder is temporary, and Tangela's special defense is terrible, and so is his speed for that matter. Paralysis sometimes immobilizes the opponent while allowing us to go first, giving Gordon crucial time to set up that Reflect or Growths. Since Giga Drain's power points are only at 8, I actually gave him a Mystery Berry. I honestly didn't think he would need it, but you never know what can happen in Pokemon Stadium. And that is Pedro's team. On with the show, Pokemaniacs. Let's get this gauntlet started. And what better way to start off the Poké Cup Pokéball division than with a Bug Catcher team. We can test out some new blood here, folks. They're more like bug guinea pigs. And we're going to start out with Ken, my Nidoking. And we are up against a Caterpie. Formidable. And I actually mean that, because watch what happens when I use an Earthquake. I did not expect him to survive that. It's just one of those things, you know, you think you could just overpower these little bugs, but no, this little Caterpie, it had some spunk with him. Not after another Ice Beam, but... I promise I won't be so careless. So I can either use Fire Blast or Ice Beam against the Liddyba. I was just showcasing Ken's power, and wow, did that backfire, by the way. And that missed. No, I really wanted to showcase his flexibility here, because he can use Fire Blast or Ice Beam. As you can see, like, he's not powerful enough, you know? Then again, Liddyba has actually pretty good special defense. So it probably would have survived anyway, but anything else, probably not. Like this Spinarak, it can't survive a Fire Blast. And that one, I'm pretty sure if I used an Earthquake, it would still be gone.
There are no more remaining Pokemon.
And there's Battle 1. Can you imagine the bugs going up against a Tyranitar or Kingdra? Just the premise. That's hilarious. On to Battle 2 against the Swimmer. This is actually one battle that I can't use Tyranitar, unfortunately. So it looks like it's time for Gordon to come on out, as well as Neptune. I really wish Tangela had an evolution at this generation, because I don't know. I don't think he was strong enough at all. We're gonna start off with a Growth, see where that goes. He's trying to hypnotize me to go to sleep. I don't have the time to deal with it, so here comes a Giga Drain. Yeah, so Growth bolsters Gordon's special attack like really nicely, because it's already really nice. And we might have all we need to win here. I wish Gordon were faster, though. He is going first, but then again, we're going up against the first evolutionaries. Another one-hit KO.
Down to the last Pokemon now. The number of remaining Pokemon is 3 to 1. Now
There we go. One thing about Tangle is when they made the transition to Generation 2, they destroyed his special stats. So his special attack stayed really nice, really great, but then they took like so many points off his special defense. It went from like 140 to just 80. Now he dies to Fire Blast, and it's like, he was a good Pokemon in Gen 1. And surprisingly enough, he would shine well here too, but I could just use Neptune. I love using Neptune. Fantastic typing. Now we just gotta hope that this Graveler doesn't go first, and it doesn't. Good. We don't want to eat up self-destructs. Yeah, get used to the surf animation, folks. We're gonna see it a lot here.
The number of remaining Pokemon is 3-2.
Just like Gengar saves the day, it's pretty much Neptune. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This much shot. Some reason, just very resilient.
It's getting primed for action. There's a big HP difference.
I just wanted to pummel him just for that 1 HP. Just double edge.
Yes, it's a hit. Oh, knockout. This has turned into a one-sided battle. Oh, it's on it. This is the
Another
last
one to
Pokemon.
surf over. We'll be in Battle 4 before you know
A
it.
hot battle is unfolding. Will this do it? Out of it. That settles this battle.
Now, obviously, I don't think the first 3 battles will ever give us any trouble, at least for this team. It's just we haven't answered everything. Except water-ice types, honestly. Like, Dugong would actually do well against our team. Because we don't have any electric types, like the Super Nerd does. But we do have an answer to that in the way of Ken. Ken's going to destroy the poison types and the electric types. Pretty much all of his team. Save for Porygon. Porygon's always the wild card. And it knows Psychic. Of course it does. I wanted to show off more new Pokemon, so here comes Derek. Now, if I were smart, I probably would. I wanted to use Pursuit just in case. Oh! I swear I thought he was going to switch out.
One Pokemon is still capable of going up, but the other one looks tired. Oh, what's this? That's a hit.
Didn't expect to go first either. You'd think Haunter would with being how fast it is. Alright, so Porygon can't damage us with Psychic, can use Tri-Attack, and can use Swagger. And then it also has Conversion, but...
Yes, it's a hit.
Alright, you just made a tank out of me.
The fusion made it tougher. The heated action continues.
I probably shouldn't have even bothered switching. But I knew he wasn't going to use Psychic, so why not? Yep, go right ahead. I got a Bitter Berry for that. You just made a tank out of Ken. Yeah, that Earthquake is mega strong now. Whatever comes out, doesn't matter what it is. Yeah. And he couldn't damage us if he tried. He has Iron Tail, that's it. I don't know about you guys, but Earthquake was one of those moves that, like, whenever they use it, you can actually feel it happening, you know? I know that's impossible, just... Your 10-year-old mind runs rampant when you play these games. And that does it for half of the Pokéball tournament. On to Beauty Alyssa, who plays Attraction Strats. So this is going to be a good one for Derek and Neptune, honestly. Or just anything speedy. We have to take down the Miltank. And the Quillfish is a little scary, but as long as I keep Neptune around, we'll be alright. This is Chomper. We can use it to Super Fang right away. Half the HP gone. That's so satisfying. Now we want to get out of that because we've learned our lesson the hard way of being attracted or paralyzed too long or just letting yourself get crippled. So we're going to just bring out Derek. He can absorb the body slams. Paralysis is fine. It sucks, but it's fine. So I'm paralyzed. Miltank isn't even going for attraction anymore. I think it knows that I can just beat it. Well, this is great. 2 turns paralysis. And we're free. Well, there's a crunch. All done. That's really the battle. Okay, so Corsola has Ancient Power, Safeguard, Mirror Coat, and Attract.
This Pokemon is switching up. Oh,
we gotta be wary of that Mirror Coat, though. So it's time for a substitute. Now that pretty much sets me up for 2 Surfs. Uh-oh. Did I mention it as the Quick Claw? Alright, well that's good. All we gotta do is Surf. Nope.
It appears to be attracted to the other Pokemon. What's next?
I think something's wrong in the book here. So it has Ancient Power, Psychic, Mirror Coat, and Attract. Those are the 4. It doesn't have Safeguard. Sweet. And we got to keep our substitute. Mirror Coat didn't go through it. Oh, little Snubble. Nothing to be afraid of here. I love it when the announcer says that. Just wow. It's like, you know you're going to win. You know you got the power.
There are no more remaining Pokemon. And there goes the battle.
5 of 8 battles completed. Chomper did a good job, as well as the other teammates. On to Burglar Jensen. And I guess you can sorry, I can't talk. I bet you can guess who's going to show up. Obviously, we're going to use Neptune to wash away the fire and ground types, and then we can switch into Ken to absorb Electabuzz. But I wanted to try out Nightwing. I want to show you what happens when you actually put something to sleep here. and they know that you have sleep moves. Focus band's gone. That's alright. That never works for me anyway.
Uh-oh, it fell asleep.
So I put him to sleep, and what happens? No. The computer is smart and cheating at the same time. They know that I've got sleep moves.
Oh, it's Charmeleon.
So Nightwing will have his day. It's just not going to be in this battle. At least it doesn't happen until the end, you know? You won't ever get an opportunity because you can't put two Pokemon to sleep. That's why sleep sets just fail if you completely dedicate your moveset to them.
What's this? That didn't accomplish much. What impact will this Pokemon quiz have on the battle?
I don't know why I didn't use Earthquake.
Great hit.
Now I'm paralyzed. I deserve that.
By paralysis. A hot battle is unfolding.
You're getting a lot of crits here, Charmeleon.
Right off.
I guess I like using Crunch. I mean, it's the best dark move in the game. At least at this point in time, right? And I just know it's going to hit as opposed to Rock Slide.
The heated action continues.
Yeah, you really need the Quick Lock version.
A serious attack. A heavy hit. It's a fierce attack. What is it?
Now he's going for flinches. That's all he can do. And we'll just crunch it away.
Yes, it's a hit. Now it goes.
And now Gligar is left asleep. Thief, Feint Attack, Slash, and Screech. They can't do a thing.
Down to the last Pokemon now. Ah, it can't move. There it
Crunch
goes.
is doing great damage.
They're both hanging tough.
Good Gligar, stay safe. And that ends Battle 6.
Will it do it? The last Pokemon goes down. And there goes the battle.
So we're going to the semifinal. Claude has a lot of water types, so we'll just sort of counter with our own. It's too risky to bring in Gordon because all these water types have ice moves. Can't bring in Nightwing. Can't really use Ken. I mean, I could, but it's kind of risky. Neptune and Derek, they gotta be the ones. Also, Chomper wouldn't be too bad either. I like the neutrality of the normal type. Alright, so Sneasel's up first. And it goes first.
What's the opening game?
I probably should have set up Substitute right there, because they love to go for Icy Wind. We don't want her speed destroyed. But Slash doesn't crit, so we're good. And we knock out Sneasel. It's the Pokéball division. Why do I take this so seriously? No team has lost the Pokéball division yet. I mean, you'd have to be exceptionally bad to lose the Pokéball division. Alright, so out comes Vaporeon. That we can substitute right up on because we know that Icy Wind is coming. All it knows is special attacks, except for Shadow Ball. And a critical at Double Edge, that's awesome. Not awesome with the recoil, but hey, we just damaged him a ton.
The substitute took the hit.
There goes the substitute.
Substitute disappeared. The crowd's excitement is
I'm gonna just set up one more time, just in case.
Ah, it made a substitute. What the do?
And it was a
That
good
was
move
diverted
after
to
all.
the substitute. They're both hanging
One
tough.
more double edge.
Double edge attack. Yes, it's a hit.
It's so random, you know? Like, did you know that Seadra could learn double edge in Generation 1? He can.
Just one Pokemon remains.
Okay, Tentacruel is another tough
Down to the
customer.
last Pokemon now.
Icy Wind, Toxic, Wrap, and Surf.
Both get ready to go.
We can get around them, we just gotta keep using double edge.
What's up? The substitute
Oh,
goes
and our
ahead.
substitute survives. One more double edge and we're
The
done.
white hot battle continues. Finishing low. Out of there. The last Pokemon goes down.
Hey, we're already on to the final battle. Neptune, single-handedly beat the border. Alright, now the final battle isn't usually a tough one. It just... I don't know. This team looks cute, but you don't know what's gonna happen. Honestly, I thought Claude had a better team.
This is it. The final battle. Which trainer will claim the champion's throne?
So let's start out with Derek, because why not? Psychic team. And here comes Smeargle, Spore, Aeroblast, Confuse Ray, and Seismic Toss. Sort of random.
Okay.
Confuse Ray is the bane of this whole gauntlet.
Utterly confused.
Unfortunately, it works.
Smart reply from both competitors.
And we got a crunch off. There it is.
There's the attack. What impressive impact.
Now, if he were smart, he probably would have used
A light
Spore.
attack.
100%
The heated action continues.
chance of sleep there. Alright, so we'll use Pursuit just to prevent escape. Smeargle's out.
Now it goes.
Come on, bring out Raichu. I know you got him. Oh. Clefable. Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, Shadow Ball, and a Trap.
From this heated battle.
Nothing to be afraid of, but of course it has Attract.
Refuse this distraction. Hey, it became attractive to the opponent.
So I'll keep going.
Hanging tough.
We got Rock Slide.
Vicious attack.
Good damage. And we got a flinch. Nice.
Oh, with flinch. A hot battle is unfolding.
Attracted.
Appears to be attracted to the other Pokemon. Out back.
Critical hit.
Glancing
Thunder
blow.
Punch. Ouch.
The white
Not
hot battle continues.
Tyranto's too good.
This Pokemon is very much attracted by the opponent. What's next? The hit lands right off. It's a fierce battle.
It's only a matter of time, though. That's like 3 turns of attraction right there.
What's that? A light hit. Smart applied for both competitors.
4
This
turns.
Pokemon is very much attracted by
I
the
can't
opponent.
believe it. And we're paralyzed, so even less of a chance to get through.
Both Pokemon show signs of fatigue.
Can't be frozen, though. This is his last turn.
That did little damage.
There comes Earthquake.
Hang on, Earthquake. Landing. Oh, knocked it. Just one Pokemon remains.
Okay,
It's down to the
I have
last
to switch
Pokemon
out,
now.
and it can't beat a
One
Ken,
Pokemon is still
so
capable of
we're
turning
gonna go with
The other
Nightwing.
one looks tired. This Pokemon
And
is
the good
freaking
thing
out.
about it is Slowpoke can't escape.
Oh, it's knocked. There's the attack.
It has a Bitter Berry, so it's not immune to sleep.
That was a glancing blow.
So this Slowpoke is trapped.
Pokemon fair. Oh, no. Uh-oh, it fell asleep. Ah, it can't move.
Time to put him into a nightmare.
Whoa, what a nightmare! It fell into a nightmare. It's fast asleep.
1/4 of the HP's gone. And now we can use Dream Meter. We don't even need to set up Reflect. Oh, that's Nightmare too.
Won't wake up. The nightmare torments the victim. The heated action continues.
I think we only need one more Nightmare to hit.
Oh, that was deep.
Oh no. Now we gotta put it to sleep all over again.
What's up? That did little damage. This showdown appears to be coming to an end. What's this?
Okay.
No, that didn't
It can hit any time now.
What was this?
I hate sleep sets. I don't know why I did this.
Glancing look.
Don't worry, it's gonna get a lot better with Prime Cup knocked out.
Is building from this heated battle. There's the attack.
2 misses.
Oh, that hit too. How's that? The hit lands right off. They're both hanging tough.
This one hit.
What's that?
About time.
Uh-oh, it fell asleep. Ah, it can't move.
How should we finish him? With a knife. Oh, actually, no, Dream Meter. Yeah.
A greenie.
Critical at that time. Back in green. And a good sign for the Pokemaniac team. We totally swept this tournament.
Congratulations, the champion has been decided.
It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. But let's analyze how they did. So I'm not displaying it on here, but I don't know if you noticed that none of our Pokemon got knocked out once. This was a truly flawless run. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean it's all praise here. I'm not agreeing with some of the choices on this team. It's just that some of the Pokemon we have outclass the others and they won't get a chance to shine as much. But the only competition that matters here is winning the tournaments, and we did that in the Pokeball division. Stay tuned for when we ramp up the difficulty in the Great Ball division next time. As always, I am ViscountKdub. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment and subscribe for more. And I suppose if you're crazy enough, even a Pokemaniac can become a Pokemon Master.